Again to this episode of Ins.Talk Show. I am Bola Adegbaju, and I've been talking about insurance claims payment. I have my guest here, Mr. Bayo Akinola. He was here once upon a time, sometimes ago. He was here.
Not so long.
Not so long, yes. Some weeks ago, he was here, and we were discussing insurance claims settlement. Now he's here, we want to continue our discussion. So Mr. Bayo Akinola has been in the industry for over 20 years, and he has been at the forefront of enlightenment and campaigns for consumer rights. He is currently the managing consultant of Alpha Smith Strategies and Consulting Limited. Mr. Bayo Akinola, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here again in the interest of our consumers outside there.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I can understand the challenges of traffic on the road.
Yeah.
So we are going to continue our discussion from where we stopped the other time. What is the effect of excess clause in claim settlement?
Yes, excess clause is what you call excess is just part of that claim which an insured or a consumer is supposed to bear. Now, let me say this is the rationale behind it. Now, because you have had an insurance policy, that doesn't give you a license to become careless and to say, yes, I'm insured. Insurance company will bear everything. So the excess is part of what also it's like you are also a co-insurer in a sense that yes, I need to take every good care so that the risk we insured does not really crystallize. What I mean is that you don't become careless. So there are some duty of care that are imposed on you even though you already have the policy. Let me give an instance. Yes, because I hold a policy on motor vehicle, that doesn't give me the liberty to just drive anyhow. That okay, whatever happened now, insurance will pay. So in essence,
a lot of people do that.
They do that. So it is part of. So as the insurance company is going to feel the pinch, you're also supposed to feel part of the pinch. So when you know you are going to feel part of the pinch, then you become careful. So where it becomes unavoidable, we know oh, this one is unavoidable. So excess is part of what you bear. It is part of the loss you bear as a consumer or as a policy holder. Okay. Now, one thing about excess is, for instance, in motor policy, you can also buy it back. That okay, I don't want excess on this policy. Originally, it is given to policyholders who are careful, who are experienced in driving and so on and so forth, but then you can buy it back when you talk to your insurer.
So what is under insurance? I know there is under insurance in insurance, and when you're talking of claim settlement, and how does it affect claim settlement?
Now, under insurance do arise when everybody is trying to manage costs nowadays. When somebody tells you this property worth 100 million naira, and you tell him this is a premium, he looks at it. Insurance is not like what you just price in the market that okay, do it for this amount. So some people will just rationalize and say okay, 100 million, okay, in that case this premium is too much. Let me insure for 50 million naira. You have already underinsured. In other words, what we are saying is that you have cheated the insurance company because your risk exposure is actually 100 million naira. Now you have insured for 50 million naira on the same property that is 100 million naira. The implication is that when you suffer loss, you understand now, assuming it's total loss now, you already know that you are underinsured. So you cannot be expecting 100 million naira.
Of course.
So what you are going to get is 50 million naira less any other thing. Now, if you now suffer, let's say, partial loss, that loss will also be rated in proportion to the actual value that you are supposed to insure. Now, let me give an insight. For that 50 million naira claim, assuming you suffer a claim of, let's say, 5 million naira now, you may not get that 5 million naira. Because once we're able to establish that the value of that property itself is 100 million naira, then the insurer will base, there's what you call average. Average will now apply. And when average apply for a property of 50 million, 100 million naira, which you have insured for 50 million naira, definitely you may not get more than also 50% of that repair that you have filed. You understand now? So we do normally advise people, declare the exact amount. If in doubt, get a valuer to do valuation for you so that you will be adequately protected. I do advise people that it is better you declare the total value and then negotiate your rate instead of trying to cut corner.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
When is it necessary to involve a police in a loss?
Yes, in the first instance where life is involved, let's say road accident now, and a life is involved, maybe death occurred, then police must be involved. In other cases, where there is third party, the claim involved third party, police report will also be required as well, because the police will be able to give adequate information on who is at loss, who is at fault, and so on. It is the police that will be able to judge. However, for motor claim, insurance company may waive it one way or the other, where it is actually clear who is at loss, and you don't debate that. So, and both parties are able to, they have gentleman agreement, you understand now. So, that may be waived. Other claims like goods in transit, police report will be required there. Nobody was there when you were involved in accident and the goods were lost. So police will be able to investigate the loss and find out what actually led to the loss, what is the quantum. Police is the first point of call to give information on that. A sort of valid that, or let me say independent information about that. So in those cases, you require a police report. So police will be involved there.
Okay, thank you so much. What can a policy holder do if he or she is not satisfied with the insurance company's settlement offer? There are two things. You are not satisfied with the offer the insurance company is giving you, or the insurance company is repudiating your settlement. There are two things. What can a policy holder do?
Number one, when you are not satisfied with what your insurance company is paying you, there's always what we call arbitration clause in insurance policy. Arbitration clause is only saying that in case we have disagreement, let's go to a third party who is an independent person to help us look at the case again and judge it. So where there's a disagreement on the among the insurance companies offering you, then we can activate that clause. So an arbitrator will be appointed who will look at both sides and give his opinion. Now, if as a consumer you are also not satisfied with that, then the next point of call is the court. So the court will adjudicate on, you make your case before the court, and the court will adjudicate and give judgment. On the other side, where an insurance company is declining your claim, the next step is to go to the court and file a claim, file a case against that company.
What of the regulatory body?
You can write to the regulator, and we have had many claims sorted out through the regulator. Maybe a regulator, you have even filled your discharge voucher, they are not forthcoming to pay you. Though that one is being reduced nowadays, because most of the companies are recapitalized now. Where we have some of them that are slowing down, then you can, if it's going beyond 3 months, you can approach the regulator and say, sorry, I've fulfilled my discharge voucher, this company is not paying me. Then the regulator will do the necessary thing. And where reports are coming on an insurance company, that insurance company is risking its license because the license may be withdrawn. That shows that that company is no longer capable, because claim is the bedrock of insurance contract.
Thank you. So, what are the things that are interpreted as fraud in insurance?
Yes.
There's so many things we interpret as
yes,
fraud.
there are very many things, but basically, fraud will mean any insurance arrangement that you had intention of profiting from such contract. It is fraud. And fraud can come in many ways. For instance, now, we have had cases where somebody will say they will declare he's dead. and
he's alive.
And he's alive. But because he wants to...
He might go to another country.
In fact, deliberately, he has gone ahead to insure. We have had cases in the past where somebody will insure with 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 companies. You look at, millions of naira. Then you arrange. The person is dead. That is fraud. The insurance company will investigate, and you can't go away with it. It's very rare. Not only that, there are other cases where fraud might can be interpreted as fraud. For instance, when you deliberately set up your house on fire. I mean, that is fraudulent. The fire was deliberate. You set the building on fire. When you fake your death, you stage a fall. That I fell somewhere when you did not fall. You understand now? Misrepresentation can also be regarded as fraud. You deceive the insurer. You deceive them into believing that this thing is existing but it's not existing, or this is the way this thing is existing but that is not the way it's existing. For instance, you have a building, you describe it as a standard construction when it is not. It is made of wood. so in some cases, something that is not existing at all, people you insure it with the hope of I will just say, okay, a claim has happened. No. Meanwhile, that subject matter of insurance is not existing at all. We have such we have such a case happen. It is fraud. Then there are cases where, for instance, a vehicle cost me 3 million naira. Because I want to make profit from insurance, I say I insure for 10 million naira. Now, one way or the other, you organize accident and accident has happened. Give me 10 million naira. You because you want to make super profit. You over insure an item. That is fraud.
But we know the market value.
There's nothing. If you say your Corolla is 2018, we will be able to establish a fair market value for that vehicle. So when something costs about 5 million naira and you're insuring for 15 million naira, we are going to know. So all those cases are what constitutes fraud in insurance.
Okay.
And that is why we normally say just be truthful, be open with the insurer.
Okay, and I have something here also, like repairing your property before notification. Do you understand? We will interpret it as fraud.
In some cases,
people
do it in some cases out of ignorance. Some do it in order to perpetrate fraud. I've had an encounter where somebody, because I need to use that vehicle tomorrow. No, you are supposed to inform the insurer first. Let the engineer come around and inspect and see it before you start repairing. But some people, because they want to cover one thing or the other, they just this is the way it happened, because they want to make more money from it. And that is fraud.
Okay, I have something else here about changing the look of your property. Like, okay, when you bought your car now, the color was blue. Now it is green. You didn't inform the insurance company, and that is one. Number two, you change the engine. You didn't inform the insurance company, and when all those things come up and there's a claim, and the insurance company is saying, "Look here, this is not the engine number in the where."
No, such case, when we have such case, actually, even when you are changing the color of your vehicle or you are changing the engine, the normal procedure is to go to the police and get police report for that. You are supposed to. You don't just change your engine without informing police. Because even if you are caught on the road, it can be you can be traumatized, you can be in trouble, because police may say, okay, it's a stolen vehicle or whatever. So in a likewise, so even for you to obtain your license, on your license now, the color is indicated as well.
Yes.
Your engine number is on the license as well. So normally, when you are changing color or you are changing the engine, you must obtain approval from the appropriate authority. And insurer too must be seen as complying with public policy. And that is why you need to inform them. Even change of ownership, you have to inform the insurer.
Yes, I have
Change of ownership.
Change of use. The use of a vehicle from private to commercial.
You have to inform the insurer that, okay, the risk has changed. This is what I'm using the vehicle for now, or this is what we are using the building for now. If you have been using the building for residential, and suddenly you start baking there, the risk has
shopping complex.
You see, all this. Once we are talking about, some can be committed innocently, without the actual intention of fraud. For instance, when somebody change engine, maybe the engine knock and is buying another one, we can't say you want to commit fraud there. But then it is very, very important that he inform the insurer, he notify. You may not have intention of fraud. Or somebody who converted the building to commercial purpose, he may not have intention of fraud. But to ensure the risk has increased because it's no longer a private residential building. So the risk, so you need to inform the insured. Where claim happen in such a case, you may be highly penalized because you have changed the risk.
Thank you so much. Before we go, I would like to just make these announcements about vacancies that we have and upcoming events in the industry. We have the registration for April 2024 examination ongoing. The registration has started, so if you want to write the professional exam, it's time for you to go and register. December 5, we have Brokers Evening organized by NCRIB. December 14, 2 p.m., we have the Christmas Carol and Thanksgiving service organized by the Chartered Insurance Institute of Nigeria. December 12 and 13, we have a training on regulatory returns and financial analysis for brokers organized by NICOM, National Insurance Commission. And the vacancies, we have No Takaful Insurance Limited. They are looking for young and dynamic marketers, for the marketing department. Requirements: not more than 3 years post NYSC experience, knowledge of Lagos brokers market or financial institution is an added advantage. You can send email to realmansumonu@notakafu.ng, rabiu.yakubu@notakafu.ng, or abiola.thompson@notakafu.ng. It's real1.sumonu@notakafu.ng. Till this time next week again, I'll say bye-bye.